Silent Hill F is an upcoming entry in the Silent Hill series, and it's particularly intriguing because it's set in 1960s Japan, marking a major departure from the usual American town setting. Greetings, I'm Slice, and the upcoming Silent Hill transmission is going to be revealing more about the next generation of Silent Hill games. In case you don't know, Silent Hill F received a reveal trailer not long ago. It appears that it focuses on psychological horror and especially on body horror, with a strong emphasis on creeping floral growth overtaking the environment and characters. The trailer features a young girl walking through a quiet, rural Japan town before being consumed by strange red flowers, suggesting themes of decay, transformation, and possibly something supernatural. The game is being written by Rikishi07, best known for horror visual novels, which means players can likely expect a deep, disturbing narrative filled with mystery and psychological twists. We also see the return of the steel pipe, which seems to suggest a more melee-focused combat, much like in the earlier generation of Silent Hill games. Beyond that, details about the gameplay and story remain scarce, as Konami has yet to release more substantial information. However, given the involvement of Rikishi07, fans speculate the game will have strong narrative elements, possibly touching on folklore, trauma, and existential horror. Although details about Silent Hill F are still largely a mystery, we can speculate about some elements of the gameplay. The classic survival horror elements such as third-person perspective with a slow methodical movement may make a return. Limited resources like ammo, health items, and weapons to create tension and other uncomfortable situations. Puzzles and exploration will likely play a major role, possibly influenced by Japanese folklore or supernatural elements. Psychological and body horror is another focus. The trailer heavily featured flowers growing over people, suggesting that the environment itself might change or attack the player. This could also mean enemies that mutate in grotesque ways due to parasitic plants, hallucinations or reality shifts similar to the otherworld transitions in past games. A mechanic where floral growth gradually affects the protagonist, influencing gameplay. The influence from Rikishi07's writing style can also play a large part of the gameplay. His stories often involve psychological breakdowns, paranoia, and unreliable narration. Expect diary entries, letters, or in-game documents that slowly reveal a disturbing backstory. Possible branching storylines or choices that will impact the ending, similar to Silent Hill 2 Remake. Traditional Japanese horror vibes are also a huge influence in this game based on the trailer. The setting in 1960s Japan could mean enemies inspired by yokai or urban legends could make an appearance. More eerie, slow-burning horror rather than jump scares, as we have seen in other modern titles. A stronger focus on spirits, curses, or supernatural revenge. Unique gameplay mechanics can also make a debut. Past Silent Hill games had unique systems, like in Shattered Memories had a psychological profile mechanic. Silent Hill F might introduce a mechanic related to the flowers, perhaps a corruption meter that affects the protagonist's perception or body. The combat and stealth hybrid could also be something huge in this game. Silent Hill games usually have clunky combat, but this might incorporate stealth. Weapons could be traditional Japanese tools or improvised objects rather than guns. Something like a katana or a short sword. Avoiding enemies might be more important than fighting them. If Silent Hill F follows those ideas, it could be a fresh but terrifying take on the series. It is also important to note that this game is not being developed by Bloober Team, who were behind the creation of Silent Hill 2 Remake. It is being developed by Neobards Entertainment, who were behind the development of Resident Evil Reverse and Resident Evil Resistance, among other things. Silent Hill F is written by Rukishio 7, known for Japanese visual novels dealing with murder mysteries, psychological and supernatural horror. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. What kind of gameplay do you want, or what kind of gameplay mechanics do you expect from a modern day Silent Hill series? This is going to be one of the first brand new Silent Hill games that are set to revive the franchise in a way. Silent Hill 2 Remake was a huge success, and Konami would be blind not to see that. Unfortunately, Bloober Team is not behind this game, but we can expect a compelling and immersive storyline with lots of psychological horror elements and other body horror themes. I personally think this game is a huge opportunity for Konami and the developers to reboot the franchise, reshape what Silent Hill means. As much as I love the original games, I personally think they are slightly dated and limiting themselves to only one town or, Silent Hill itself is kind of preventing these games from progressing onwards. So setting a game in a completely different era or area of the world is a smart move from Konami. This is going to expand the concept of Silent Hill, not just the place, the physical location of Silent Hill in these games. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. I'm personally excited to see a brand new survival horror, psychological horror experience, and I can't wait to see more. Based on this trailer, I can tell you there are going to be a lot of really scary themes in this upcoming game, but keep in mind, this is not gameplay. By the time you're watching this, you've probably watched the Silent Hill transmission already, which will reveal more gameplay and news for Silent Hill F, so don't forget to check that out. I will make sure to keep you up to date, so subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can bet I will be making guides for this new upcoming game. Thank you, and take care.